Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Colin Neal here. Pod 90 of Sam Houston Sports Talk comes your way right here and right now, whether you are listening on Spotify or watching on YouTube. Glad to have you with me whenever you may be watching this. Of course, if you haven't already, be sure you like, be sure you subscribe, be sure you follow all of our social media outlets. Links are in the description. Gonna be a quick one today. Haven't really been having the time slash just been all over the place to record anything, but there is a lot to talk about, and we are going to try to get this in pretty quickly. Softball on fire. They faced their toughest test yet this weekend. Baseball, they just got done at A&M. They now head to Mo State to see if they can continue this conference series win streak that they are on. They've won back-to-back series and some men's basketball news and all that great stuff. But we're going to go ahead and start with softball. They just come off this past weekend sweeping the Blue Raiders. Friday, they win 2-0. Sanchez with another complete game. That she shut out the Blue Raiders, actually. Veronica Harrison and Bella Perez with driving in a run each for the 2-0 victory. That is Sanchez's sixth complete game, her fourth complete game shutout. She looked absolutely brilliant once again. And then on Saturday, it was big deal Saturday because Abigail Young made her return to the circle. It was her first time back in the circle since February 7th against South Dakota. So almost 2 months without pitching. So, you know, it's interesting because you either can expect them to pick up where they left off, or you can expect them to be struggle a little bit and eventually work their way back. I believe that part. I think she just needs to get her footing. Um, 4 and third innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all those earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 84 pitches. She also had a wild pitch and a hit by pitch. So, not exactly efficient outing, but she did go deep into the outing. 84 pitches. I wonder if that's around where they wanted her to be. Maybe that she was on the pitch count just to ramp her back up a little bit. Kendall Daniel took over the rest of the way, and she pitched scoreless the rest of the way. She gets to save 6-3. The Bearcats were able to win that one Sunday. They got the sweep. Kendall Daniel started the game. She ended it. She went the full 8 innings. Veronica Harrison with the walk-off victory. Kendall Daniel, 10 strikeouts. And Veronica Harrison, the walk-off hero. We actually got to interview both of those players. Here is Veronica Harrison and Kendall Daniel right after the Bearcats completed the sweep this past Sunday against Middle Tennessee. Veronica, I'll start with you. You hit the walk-off to complete the sweep over Middle Tennessee, fourth straight Conference USA Series. Y'all haven't lost one. Just some thoughts on the day.
I thought it was a really good team win. I thought Kendall went out there, gave us a chance, and without her pitching a really good game today, I can't do that. So it's just a great day.
Daniel, same thing for you. Just you have your career high in strikeouts today. Just some thoughts on today's win.
I just think it was a great overall team win. There wasn't a time we weren't staying in the game, and we were all competing each pitch, each play. And I just think that everybody did their job today. And even though we didn't get as many runs up on the board, we still produced when we needed to.
From an offensive standpoint, what does it show y'all to be able to win games through a series like this where you can score two and then as well, put up runs in different games?
I think that just goes to show how good we are defensively, just as good as we are offensively. We have a staff that we can rely on maybe when we're not having the best day offensively, and then vice versa, if they're having an off day, we can usually pick them up. So it's a good balance, and I feel like it works really good.
Daniel, and you didn't, not the weekend you wanted last week at Kennesaw, but you got the save this week, and you got the complete game and the win here. Just what worked for y'all? Worked for you this weekend?
It was really just knowing not to leave my game, and what I've been practicing. Kind of got away from myself a little bit too much last week, and it showed on the field. And I think this week the main goal was just to come back out and just compete like I know how to compete and trust my stuff, and then just make some eye adjustments for pitches, not leaving stuff too fat over the plate, and it really paid off this week.
Ronnie, it's no secret that you're off to a heck of a start here at your career at Sam Houston. Just what's it been like being here in Huntsville?
It's been amazing. Probably like the best time I've ever had in my life. And I don't know if like how I'm playing reflects it or not, but like I'm having a great time and I'm having a good time hitting the ball hard with my friends. So
You take us through that last at bat. Maybe not thinking you may not get pitched to with a base open, but just what you saw from the pitcher and how it felt seeing that ball go through and driving in the winning run.
it felt great. I went up there just looking for, anything first pitch that was remotely close to my zone because I was tired of watching balls go by. So, saw it, it looked like a fatty, and I just let it rip. So.
From both of you, I can't remember how many CUSA series it's been, but the first sweep, but y'all have won every series. How much confidence does that just give y'all going forward?
A lot. I mean, I think it's a lot. Winning a series is huge, especially when you don't play everybody in the conference anymore to get to conference tournament. So just winning a series each time, it keeps giving us motivation. We've won each series a different way, and now we finally got that sweep. So that feels wonderful. Yeah. Great. I love it. And so we're hoping to kind of just keep that rolling and just take it one game at a time. We're not letting any moments get too big for us right now. So that's what we're trying to keep it at.
That was Veronica Harrison, Kendall Daniel, talking to the media after Sam Houston completed the sweep. I asked Daniel about the weekend she had against Kennesaw State and what she was able to do, and you heard what she was able to do because at Kennesaw State back on March 21st, she probably had arguably one of, if not her worst outing of the season. 2 innings pitched, 5 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, no walks, 2 strikeouts. She did give up a couple of homers in that loss for Sam Houston. And her weekend against NPSU, I got the numbers for you. 10 2/3 inning pitch, 4 hits, 1 run, which was earned. It was in that 8 inning complete game that she had. 1 walk, 12 strikeouts, a .66 ERA, and a .47 whip. It includes a save on that Saturday game. And like I said, that 8 inning CG on Sunday, on her way to earning Conference USA Pitcher of the Week. And you heard Veronica Harrison. She did not get pitched. She got pitched around a lot. I think she had like 6, 7, 8 walks. I can't remember the number. But she was getting pitched around. They did not want her to break that single season home run record. I'll tell you that much. But hey, listen, 9-3. You're tied for second in Conference USA. Arguably the best start to league play since 2019 when they went to the Austin Regional that year and took down Texas in that one game. And it's nice. And before we get more into that, we actually got to also talk to the pitching coach for Sam Houston in her second year in Huntsville, Texas, Lexi Smith.
All right, Coach. Finally got that also elusive sweep over Middle Tennessee. Y'all have not lost the Conference USA Series. Just some thoughts on today.
I'm just really proud. It was a whole team needed this weekend, like pitching staff, timely hitting, defense. I think this team is just so athletic and so just, what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry. They know how to face adversity when things are not going, our way, or we're not on the pitcher yet. They stay in it, and our pitchers did a good job this weekend staying in it and giving us a quality outing. So I'm just really proud of them. It took complete team win all 3 days, so really, really good.
As the pitching coach, how nice was it to be able to kind of get Abby back yesterday and kind of bolster that rotation?
It was really good. Obviously, as we know, the staff has been super thin, but everyone that is on our staff has played a pivotal role in whatever regard it may have been. But I think it's just more added preparation for other teams. It's not just preparing for Tiff or Kendall or Mac or Carly, Cassie, whoever it may be. It's another arm in the rotation that's going to give us a boost and give us more flexibility to pitch situationally when we need to, or just another arm they have to prepare for. That's a really good one. So
what can you say about Kendall today? I think it was 9 strikeouts, a new career high, and just being that arm. What can you say about her through this kind of period?
It was 10.
10.
Okay, 10 career high. Yeah, I saw it on there, but I'm just so proud of her. She just worked so hard. I think we were a little bit tired, a few weeks ago, our whole pitching staff. So kind of giving her some time off and kind of having a bullpen to work on some things, and it obviously translated really well, and she's kind of back to her dominant form, if you will. And so I'm just really proud of her. I'm proud of our whole staff. Like, it's not an easy thing to do in this league to keep games to less than 3 runs, and I thought they've done a great job all year for the most part. So,
Coach, 4 straight wins in series, Conference USA wins. This is a conference that produced a super regional team last year. Just talk about what it means to be able to be near the top of that halfway through the conference season.
We have goals, right? And I think that's something that keeps driving us towards making sure that we're never backing down and facing that adversity that throws to us. So I think as long as we keep winning series, getting sweeps here and there, we're setting ourselves up for success to reach our, set us up for success in conference tournament, to reach our next goal of being in a regional, and then domino from there, hopefully. So I think our mindset is right. I think we're competitive. I think we're athletic, and as long as we can continue to pitch it and grind it out, sometimes pitching can be difficult, as you know. So as long as we continue to grind it out and never back down, and know that we always have a chance regardless of whatever the score is, I think we're going to be set up for success, for the rest of the year. So
that was pitcher coach for Sam Houston softball, Lexi Smith. She's had kind of a tough task, to say the least. She did not have two of her, arguably her of the best pitchers on the staff in Amy Abke and Abigail Young for quite some time. Young obviously come back, but Abke has not appeared in quite some time. I've seen her in a boot, so it might be something to do with the injury she had last year. So we'll see how long she's out for. But for now, the Bearcats are in a very good spot to where they don't really necessarily have to be all hands on deck. If Daniel continues to pitch well, if Sanchez continues to pitch well, and Young finds her footing again, I think they will be just fine. But the road from here gets tougher for Sam Houston softball. They will be going on the road to Western Kentucky to take on the Hilltoppers. They are right behind them in the standings at 8-4. It's a big road series coming up. WKU has won 5 of their last 6, including a road series win against New Mexico State, who Sam Houston also took a series against at the Bearcat softball complex. This is going to be a big series, and I'll be looking forward to seeing how they do. Doubleheader, by the way, Thursday now at 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. The games will be with the Friday series finale at 5 p.m. Let me check to make sure. I'm kind of curious to see if they are all going to be on ESPN Plus. Again, the Bearcats look to continue the Conference USA Series win streak that they're on. They have not lost a Conference USA Series this year so far in 4. Right now, it doesn't look like they will be on ESPN Plus. Let's see what the WKU website has. Sometimes things can change, and you would think that maybe not. They won't be streamed. Let's see. Should check this. No, it looks like that it won't be on ESPN Plus. That's unfortunate, but beggars cannot be choosers. So then again, 3 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Central Time on Thursday, doubleheader. Then Friday, series finale for Sam Houston softball. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we will talk about some baseball, and then to wrap it up, we will give you some news regarding some potential transfers coming in for Sam Houston men's basketball. Be right back here on Sam Houston Sports Talk. Keep it right here. All right, folks, welcome back to Sam Houston Sports Talk. Colin Neal here. First of all, thank you once again for tuning in wherever you may be on Spotify, YouTube. If you haven't already, like I said before, be sure you drop a follow, drop a subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. Let's get to baseball now. They got ruled by the Aggies on Tuesday. We'll talk a little bit about that. Some things that I am pretty excited about that I grabbed from that, despite them getting their butts kicked. I mean, if you were expecting something else, then I don't know what to tell you, to be honest with you. But before that, they did grab a series victory. Back-to-back Conference USA Series wins now for Sam Houston. First over FIU a couple weeks ago, and now over Western Kentucky in a series I did not know what to expect. But I think this is exactly what this is going to be a big series down the line. Um, it's just huge that they they've grabbed these last couple of series after getting shut out by Jacksonville State in the first Conference USA series of the year. Friday though, Friday was the big headliner. Ryan Peterson complete game shutout for Sam Houston, a one hitter, just an absolute dominant performance by the kid from Shiner, Texas. The first complete game shutout for the Cats since 2017 when Heath Donica threw a one-hit shutout as well. He did that against Nevada, 14 strikeouts. That was it was opening day of the 2017 season, which, as we all know, that's when the Cats went to the Super Regionals when they won the Lubbock Regional. Got to talk to Ryan Peterson. Here's his thoughts after his complete game shutout. This was right after.
All right, Ryan, first complete game shutout in Sam Houston baseball since 2017. You got a little trouble there at the end, but you're able to work your way around it. How's it feel?
I mean, it feels great. I mean, defense behind me, they worked their butts off, and just getting back in the dugout every inning. Like they made plays behind me, and it was a whole team win.
You know, you've been consistently good this season, but you took it to another level tonight. What's been something that you've been working on to take it to that next level?
I mean, I feel like we all just came through this summer, and we really put our minds to it, and we really want to go out there and win as much as possible. And I mean, it's really just competing. That's it.
You know, after that pitch clock violation walk, Coach Sirianni went out to talk to you. Just kind of, what did he tell you to make sure you keep on going?
I mean, he came up to me and just said, "This one's yours. I'm not taking you out." But I mean, he just giving me a breather, and he just told me to get back in it and go compete. That's it.
I mean, I know you threw the complete game shutout, but what does this kind of win mean for your team?
It's a great win to start the weekend. I mean, hopefully we can build off this and go into these next 2 days and hopefully sweep these guys.
Of course, though, they weren't able to sweep. They did get the win Saturday, though, to grab the series victory. Cotton with a couple of RBI, Jarrett Curtis with an RBI, Ryan Frandon 2 for 3 RBI. Not a bad weekend to say the least, despite the Cats not being able to take that Sunday game. They lost 8-2. Jay Sirianni did address the media after that Sunday game.
Get the series win over Western Kentucky. Today goes how it goes. Just kind of wrap up the series for us.
Well, early morning game, and we talked about it at breakfast this morning. We got off to a slow start, and tip your hat to their guy. He did a good job today. He set a really good tone for them, and when they score early, we never responded. So won the series. That's big for us, and you just keep trying to stack series wins through this 30-game war.
What kind of went into flipping Collins this Sunday, and then also what was the decision to only let him go 1 inning?
Well, we've got some stuff going on in the clubhouse that we'll keep inside, and so we went with Tyler yesterday, and then it was just kind of best available to get started. And, they had a good approach against him, and it just didn't feel quite right. Johnny was still a little soggy from last week, so we just had to piece this thing together. But tip your hat to their pitching; they did a good job.
Coach, let's talk about winning back-to-back Conference USA series in a conference that's really deep, fighting for limited spots, being a mid-major in the postseason.
Yeah, I mean, every day is a dogfight in this league, and every team is well coached, and they got good players. And to win a series, you just kind of, you check that box and move on, and you get ready for the midweeks and get ready for next weekend. But we wanted to play better today. We weren't ready to go.
Coach, I just want your thoughts and opinions on the pitching throughout this series.
Well, we got off to 2 really, really good starts. Ryan does what he's been doing all year and set a great tone for us. Tyler kind of put back in that role and did a good job for us. The bullpen, you got to keep running those guys out and ride those hot hands. But we still got room to keep getting better, both offensively and on the mound.
You already talked about the offense there yesterday, 11 runs in the first 5. Today kind of put some hits together late. Just how can you kind of keep the offense the same throughout, the rest of league play?
Well, it's Coach Wed was just saying it in the dugout. Pitchers are easy to get mad at, but if we just realize how hard it is to hit, and you got to be able to get rid of a bad at bat and move on to the next one. And with our lineup right now, there's probably about there's 4 more at bats coming tomorrow. So you don't try to don't ride the wave, just try to settle it down and win one pitch at a time. But it's a long year.
That was head coach Jay Sirianni after the Sunday series finale against Western Kentucky. They did go to C-Stat to take on the Aggies. It looked really, I will say the first 4 innings or so, I mean, the pitching didn't look too bad. I mean, Murphy didn't look too bad. I know he gave up a run in that first inning. But hey, the Bearcats did not look necessarily the worst for the good first half of it. The first 3 innings, rather, I should say. I mean, that 5-run spot in the fourth didn't look too, in the bottom of the fourth didn't look too hot. Look at the pitching. I mean, the first 3 guys out there, Murphy, Winans, and Mundy, they threw 3 innings of 1-run ball with 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, allowed 3 hits. I mean, those could be guys that you could be looking at in the bullpen per se heading late into the year. I know the Bearcats are still trying to maybe figure out the order of the bullpen. I mean, the only couple guys that have really, made their mark is Zach Johnson and Jonathan Anders and some other guys I know I'm pretty sure I'm missing at the top of my head. But the bullpen guys, they're looking for more guys to go to, and having a deep bullpen, especially going in deeper to Conference USA play, is going to be such a big deal down the line. Cole Johnny made a season debut, did not look too hot to say the least, but hopefully it's just that one time, and we'll see what happens as we go. So 16-2 run rule loss for Sam Houston. They now prepare for a series against Mo State. This will be a very interesting series, to say the least, for the Sam Houston Bearcats, because Mo State is a bubble team currently for the NCAA tournament. I mean, the Conference USA looks to be a multi-bid league once again for college baseball. Pair rating says that Sam Houston has a 17.8% chance of taking this series. They do give them a solid chance of taking at least one game, and that's kind of what I want for them this week. Again, is to take at least one game. This is a tough team to go up against. They are number 30 in the net rankings on pair ratings. I recommend checking the website out. By the way, I really enjoy the numbers it goes into. It also really just tells you how good the Sam Houston pitching has been and how, not the best that the hitting can be. And I think the hitting will be just fine. I think it will regress. It will go up to a mean at some point where it's not that bad. One note I will say one other note I took away from the Texas A&M series is that or a couple of them rather. I'll think of the first one, play discipline. I thought looked really good. But hey, Sean Bazemore seems like a guy that is becoming, if he's not already viewed, he's becoming a nice bat for Sam Houston, transferring in from Angelina College this past offseason. He's been very solid, to say the least, for the Cats. 420, by the way, 45 at bats, so not exactly the sample size you're looking for, but he was working through an offseason injury that he had, or not an offseason injury, an injury that he had in the fall. So he was still working his way back at the beginning of the season, but he's worked his way back. He cut his teeth. He's becoming a much more of a regular now. 424 on base percentage with the 267 average, 356 slugging. So it's a little board, almost at an 800 OPS, 4 RBI, 4 doubles, 12 hits, 9 walks to 14 strikeouts, 4 hit by pitches. And also 3 stolen bases. You ever see him being very close to the plate? He's making those pitchers. He's basically daring those pitchers to, like, hey, go ahead and pitch inside me. We'll see what happens. Oh, by the way, he's a two-way star. He's appeared in 2 2/3 innings on the bump. I mean, of course, when games get out of hand, or he just needs 2 strikeouts, 3.37 ERA. It's not bad, kid. Not bad at all. But I am kind of curious to see what they do against Mo State. Missouri State's such a good team this year. They'll be looking to continue to ride the wave that they're on and continue to build this out large resume that they currently are building. They beat Arkansas on a walk off, a crazy game. That's midweeks, and of course, weekend conference series are much different. I hope that they at least grab a game here. I don't want to be too greedy based on how the numbers look, how the offense is still looking. The defensive miscues were not exactly what you would want for Sam Houston. Outside of that night, though, they've not looked too bad. I I think they'll be just fine if they can just continue on getting better and continuing as Sirianni say like, hey, I mean, he kind of prefaced this like, hey, what are you going to do in your next at bat? You're going to have a stretch where you're not going to be good, or you're going to have a stretch you are going to be good. But there's these other portions of at bats that, hey, what are you going to do with it? How are you going to respond? And that's exactly what I liked about this team this year so far is how they respond in certain situations. Let's see how they do this weekend against Mo State. Really quickly though, a couple of things for men's basketball before I get y'all on out of here. Get this ready. So Sammy Simmons basketball, of course, have had some portal entries. Jacob Walker being the most notable one. He has entered the transfer portal. Isaiah Manning, which was one I saw coming like a while ago. Jackson Ford and Noah Bene has also entered the transfer portal. But that doesn't mean that the Sam Houston men's basketball has not been busy trying to roll things up. First of all, per Sports of SHSU, South Plains College guard Zion Pipkin, he was on a visit to Sam Houston. He played at Wichita State for a little bit, but at South Plains this past season, he was an all WJCAC conference selection. 13.2 points per game, 4 assists per game, shot 46% from three. They also had probably the more interesting visit that they've had so far this year. Aiden McDowell, West Colorado guard. He was on a visit at Sam Houston. He was Division II's leading scorer at 26.8 points per game. So he's a scorer, baller. He visited Sam Houston sometime last week. He also had a visit at UAB not too long before that. He's also been getting interest from Murray State, East Carolina, Conference USA counterpart in Liberty, Stanford. Fob and Coach Mudge have been posting gifts, and Mudge, by the way, if you don't know, if you have never checked his Twitter account during times when they get commits, big Ted Lasso guy. He's already posted a couple of Ted Lasso gifts, so maybe sooner or later, maybe after the national championship, we will start to see who is coming to Huntsville, Texas for next season. But that's all I got for y'all. That'll do it for me. Thank you all for tuning in, watching, subscribe, follow us, whatever y'all do to support Sammy Sports Talk is greatly appreciated. As always, guys, eat 'em up, cats, and have a great rest of your day.